And we are live. Speaker Leaguers, we're in the building right now. I am your man, DJ Lay Low, with Spotlight Wednesdays again. Spotlight Wednesdays is dedicated to influential people within the community in which we like to put the spotlight on and who helps encourage the community, also bring things to our community, and just empower our community overall. We have a couple of special ladies here today. Excuse my phone. We have a couple of special ladies here today that basically put it all together from what I'm hearing. You haven't even met me and I haven't met y'all, but first I would like to introduce myself. My name is DJ Laylo, is what they call me, but my real name is Aaron Bridges. And don't tell everybody that. They call me DJ Laylo. Okay, we got Courtney coming in too as well. I would like to introduce myself to everyone, and I would like everyone to introduce themselves to everyone. So again, I'm DJ Laylo. I am the founder of Speaker Leakers Worldwide. We are 2020's best podcast. We also do a lot within our community as well. And I'm thankful for Coach Bentley bringing me into this, actually having y'all on our platform to basically bring awareness to what's happening this weekend, because that's big. I also attended a Black historic college as well, NSU, Norfolk State. My friend hates when I say, NSU, he's like, oh, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? But you know what it is. Feel free. Let's start from Coach Bentley on down, introducing ourselves.
How's everybody doing? I'm Coach Bentley, founder and CEO of Lava Athletics, a member of our Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, also an ambassador for the Black Classic, the Hall of Fame Black Classic, which is exciting. And having these special guests here today, seeing their hard work and dedication. I know they've been doing it for a few years, and being behind the scenes and watching these women here organize and empower and prepare for this event for this weekend was just amazing. So I'm Coach Bentley, and I'm glad to be on the show today.
Ms. Davenport.
Hi, I am Kim Davenport. I am co-owner of TKD Productions, and we will be hosting the Red Carpet Affair on Friday night. That's the official kickoff to the social events for the weekend. I'm also a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and I am the committee chair for the Family Block Party at Centennial Plaza, which will be happening all day on Saturday, which will conclude with the gospel concert featuring Tamala Mann.
Courtney, Ms. Brown.
Yes, good evening, everybody. I'm Courtney Brown. I am the Director of Family Partnership at Habitat for Humanity East Central Ohio and member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. But we partner with the Classic and the Pro Football Hall of Fame to incorporate some Party with a Purpose vibes where we have a lot of volunteers come out to serve. And right now we have 100 people coming out to help us build sheds, paint sheds for members in our community who will be buying houses through our Habitat for Humanity program. So really pumped about that.
Ms. Tamplin.
Yes, I am Kayla McClam Tamplin. I am one of two James Harris Doug Williams fellows here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We work in our Black College department. We help plan and put together the Black College Football Hall of Fame Classic here in Canton, Ohio. And I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Oh, okay. So I'll start with the first question. How did y'all get started with all this? And everybody doesn't have to answer at the same time, but how did y'all get involved in everything that you're doing this weekend? Because to be at the Hall of Fame is actually real big. You know what I mean? That's the historical landmark for football. Mm-hmm. And for it to be HBCU classics, that's real big right there. So everybody can go down the line, but how did y'all get started in this? Coach, somebody? You first. It don't matter.
Well, I'm not highlighted, so let's go with Ms. Thompson.
Okay. I got involved in this. Honestly, I would have to take this all the way back to my freshman year in college when I came to the hall with my family, and we went into the presentation center, which is off limits to the public, but my mom wanted to take some pictures in there. I went in there, and then Kevin Shiplett, if you know him, he works here at the hall. He's one of our VPs. He came and was like, I'm sorry, you guys cannot be in here. And he ended up being very friendly and just talking to us. And then he found out that I attended South Carolina State University, and he was like, well, if you're a lover of football, we have a fellowship here at the hall. So after you graduate, put in an application and let us know. So I did about a month before I graduated college. And on my way to my college graduation, I got a call from the manager of the Black College Football Hall of Fame that said they wanted to interview me for the position. And 2 weeks later, I moved out to Canton, Ohio.
Wow.
And I became the James Harris Doug Williams Fellow. And this is my second year being involved in the Classic. My first year, I was only here for 5 weeks before I was thrust into it. I didn't really know what I was doing, but it worked out. But being here throughout the entire process this time, a lot of things easier. And the manager of the hall, as well as Adrian Allison, the chief executive officer, he allowed me to share some of my ideas. And my ideas was that we needed to get our Divine Nine and our community involved more into the Classic. So he listened to my idea, and that's when we started our Divine Nine ambassadors. And we went out to the community and we asked from each organization to just come and participate, because if anyone knows like HBCU culture, you can't bring that if you don't have the Divine Nine support. So that was part of one of the many things that was part of my job that I had to come out and do. So sorry that I kind of went on for a while, but
No, that's great. No, I do have a question.
I got
That's-
involved.
Hold on before you get to your question. Let me ask you one thing. You said you went to South Carolina State?
Yes.
We're up and down that whole road. Like I said, Norfolk State, Virginia, we was up and down that whole coastline.
Yes.
For real.
MEAC buddies.
Hey, so this is your second year now. You're part of the planning process. What's different that you think that you might see this time going around and adding the Divine Nine? Because I accidentally stumbled across being an ambassador because my uncle invited me, because the first meeting there wasn't a lot of representation from many organizations. So what do you think is so unique this time? And that's for anybody to answer.
I think me personally, I think in the past they have tried ways to incorporate the Divine Nine, but those ways didn't reach. So when I came to Adrian and I was like, hey, this is what I think we should do, I was like, I think we should run it how we will run it at South Carolina State. If we're bringing the HBCU culture here, let's do a HBCU motto. And that is, you offer the Divine Nine spaces. They don't have to pay for anything. They don't have to, because them going out into community saying, hey, we need to involve in that, that's payment enough. And I think that when we reach out with that motto, a lot of people were very grateful for that, and that heightened the wanting to participate in it. And another thing that we're changing this year inside of the game is that we're actually there should be no dead noise in the game. I think last year, I'll say this, last year's game when I was there, it was quiet a lot, and I was so confused. It was like, this is not how we do it.
Right.
Okay.
Especially coming from a Black college.
Yeah, like there's no dead time. And then I realized that a month before they host the enshrinement game. So their model for the Classic was enshrinement. College football and professional football are two totally different things. So you can't have the same motto when it comes to trying to put a game script together. So I was just very fortunate enough that my ideas was heard.
Wow.
And because of that, I think everyone is going to enjoy the game with the incorporation of what we have called the Yard this year. And man, when I tell you, when you get here and you hear the things that we're going to have inside the Yard, it's going to make the game experience completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be honest with you, man, it was always halftime for me. Because when I went to college, Norfolk State was like 5-5. You know what I mean? So when we waited for that halftime performance, because the bands, they are so unique and so special to historical Black college. They almost as important as important as the football team. You know what I mean? For real, at a Black college. But we don't want to waste too much time on you, Miss Davenport. How did you get involved?
How I got involved is I am a 20-year volunteer with the Pro Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Committee. So this year that just ended, I was the vice chair, the general vice chair for all of the enshrinement, the whole festival. And so now I am the general chair. So I am the first Black woman to serve as the general chair
Wow.
for Enshrinement Festival. So when we came up,
See,
when they
Kayla,
came
you moved it to the side.
No. Look, she gets paid.
Oh, no.
I am not. But so when they came and started talking about having the classic, there were a few members of the Divine Nine that were also serving as committee chairs for enshrinement. Myself, Kristen Hannon, and Larry Tolson. And so they kind of tapped us to say, "Hey, will you come and help us?" And so, it was really interesting because we've been to classics, but our question was, have you been to a classic?
Right.
And so, we had said to them, hey, we need at the very first year, it was just the game. There were no parties. There was not a step show. There was no Divine Nine presence anywhere. And so I think after that first year, Adrian and some of the team members started visiting classics to kind of get that feel. But it really wasn't until Kayla got here that they really started to put some, oomph behind it. So the second year, the Divine Nine decided, hey, we're going to have an all-white party. And that went well. But then my husband and I, who make up TKD Productions, said, hey, the white party is cool, but it's for a certain crowd. And classics have something for everybody.
Yes.
So we decided that we were going to have the red carpet affair, which is for a little bit more of a mature crowd, that just likes to chill, maybe listen to some jazz music. Yeah, we want to dance and things like that. But the music is different. So that's what the red carpet is, sort of like an upscale affair. But sometimes you will see some of the same people at the white party, and sometimes you won't.
Okay.
But we wanted to make sure that there was something there for everybody. So that's why we do the red carpet affair every year.
Okay. Miss Brown.
Yeah. So Habitat, our local affiliate, does a lot of work in our community. We build and serve many families. But it was actually through chapter meeting with Kim and Kristen, who were already huge advocates of the classic, talking about it and, just sitting there doing other stuff for our sorority, saying, hey, is there a way that we can incorporate some service? And of course, that's foundational to what we do. And all the Divine Nine, it's really out of a spirit of community service. So we said, why not add a component where we give back and we have that presence? And so with Habitat, we want it to be that place that the Divine Nine and community members can come back and show the Canton Stark County community what it is that we're all about. Because just with our population, our demographics, and even in our universities locally, you do not see a presence of Divine Nine so clearly. Whereas obviously, if you go to HBCU and even larger colleges and universities, you still see some kind of presence. Well, here in Stark County, it really is alumni chapter heavy presence. And so what we wanted to do is show young people and show people in our community that these organizations are more than, strolling and stepping, which we do that too. And that's all fun. That culture is so cool when we bring it with it. But ultimately what we embody is a spirit of servitude. And so that is what we wanted to incorporate into the classic, because it is a part of what it is that we're about as Divine Nine, but also as the Pro Football Hall of Fame. When you think about Hall of Famers and they say it's your second home, it's the one place as an athlete you don't get cut from, or you don't the team you're here. And so as residents of Canton, Ohio, we say to many of these Hall of Famers, both Black college and pro football, this is your second home. And so welcome home is kind of the
Wow.
idea. And if we're going to bring them home and celebrate them, they also come back and we help other people secure the idea of real home, which is a home that they own and they go home to every night. So that's kind of how Habitat linked arms with the Classic. It is one of the most fun volunteer days we have. We mobilize many volunteers, but this is a very special day for us.
And so if someone wanted to register, how do they do that?
Yes.
To volunteer?
Yes. If you go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame website and you see the events for the weekend, just scroll down. You'll see all the events, which is great. Check everything out and kind of like piece apart your weekend. More than anything, get to the game on Sunday. But as you're looking through all the events, find out what you and your family can do. And then you can hit the link there for Habitat for Humanity and sign up and come out and build some sheds and paint some sheds and dance and stroll and all the
And you're saying that's on the actual Hall of Fame website?
Yes. Yep. You're right.
Okay.
It's on the Hall of Fame website. If you look at events for the Classic weekend, you should be able to see all the events that are happening.
Now, talking about the events, I'm sorry. So speaking of the events, tomorrow I'll be there. So you have the big event, which in our last meeting, I didn't really consider how important it was. The college fair. So that's tomorrow morning, right? What time is that?
The college fair is tomorrow from 9 to 12. It'll be in the Centers for Performance, which is on the Village campus. It's the bubble. That's the best way I can describe it. But we have over 50 universities that's going to be there. 20 of those will be HBCUs, and over 1,600 students have registered to come. We'll also have talking segments where they'll have small groups and they'll have someone to come in and talk to them about how they can fill out applications, how they can write college essays and look for scholarships, as well as how to sign up for financial aid. Also, some of the universities will be giving out scholarships and on-site admissions.
Wow, you're saying right on the spot, you can get a scholarship to go to college at this fair.
Yes, sir.
Where was y'all at when I went to college? Yeah, I mean, I need something on the spot too. But being in the position that you're in, I wanted to ask a question. How did you come about picking your events, particular events for certain days, and organizing the events in the fashion that you did? Because, like you said, you incorporated the yard, you incorporated different type of events that they didn't already have. So what made you pick these types of events?
I felt like the Classic was just missing. It was really missing that HBCU field. And in years prior to planning the Classic, they haven't really had a bunch of HBCU graduates in the making of the Classic. So I think this year we also have another fellow, James Roscoe, who is a graduate of Howard University, with me and him. And then we have someone from our events team, Kayla Daniels. She's a graduate of Tennessee State University. Adrian and Taylor sat the three of us down and was like, how can we make this Classic a classic, and not only a classic, but the classic to be at? So the three of us, we just sat down and put our ideas together. And with Taylor and Adrian, them who have been planning this for years before us, so they had the expertise of, okay, this is a good idea, I think we should incorporate it here and there. So it really was a full team effort in making sure, okay, we like this idea, we need to make it fit here. Because my background, I'm a communications major, so like my background is like on-air talent, putting together news scripts, that type of stuff. But their background is events and organizing and putting things in places that they need to go. So like I said, it was just the five of us putting our heads together and figuring out, okay, I'm good at bringing the atmosphere, but Adrian's good at placing events, So we just sat together and we feel like we put everything in the right place. And I think starting tomorrow, when we're really getting into our activities, I think everything will be perfect.
Now, Ms. Davenport, you spoke at the college fair when we were in our last meeting, and what were some points you were making? Well, did she hit everything that you talked about?
She did. But one thing that is also on tap for the students is there's going to be a survey that they can fill out as they go from table to table to table. And then once they fill out all of their questions, then they will be entered into a drawing. And so the Divine Nine, each chapter is going to be donating a prize that's going to be worth up to $300. And so these kids are going to have an opportunity. I know two of the prizes right now. One is a laptop and one is a pair of Beats earbuds. So I'm not sure what the other prizes are, but this is going to be a really good opportunity, especially for the kids in Stark County, because we don't have an HBCU. The closest HBCU to us is Central State.
Right.
And so a lot of our kids know nothing about HBCU life. There's just like in the last couple of there's been HBCU college tours that have happened during spring break, and that's cool. But to actually see all the facets of HBCU life, the football game, the bands, Greek life, really explore all those things. This is their opportunity to do that, and to also understand the importance of life after high school. You have to have
Right.
a plan.
Right.
One of the things I like about the college fair is there's going to be an app that the students can download onto their phones that will allow them to apply for college right through that app. So I really like that. I like that the schools are partnering with us and they are busing the kids in. And that's why we've got 1,600 coming from not just Stark County, but Summit, Cuyahoga, Portage County. So there's a lot of kids that are really, really, interested in coming down and really coming for the entire weekend. So we've been able
So
to
how do you believe, like if I had say for instance, I'm bringing some elementary age up to middle school kids, or actually all the way up to high school.
Mhm.
How do you believe the classic can impact their lives from their perspective, from their their view?
It gets their juices flowing. You have to plant the seed now when they're in elementary, when they're in middle school, when they're in high school, that college is a true option for them. And to explore all the different types of colleges and all the different types of things that are available to them, because some of our kids don't have someone in their lives that is encouraging them to, and pushing them to do more, to do their best, to get out of, the city that they've lived in all their life, to experience some other things. And so you know how they say it takes a village to raise a child. We are responsible for our youth. We have to provide them with options for the future. And now is the time. I have a junior in high school and I have a freshman in high school. And so my freshman was like, "Oh, I'm going to the college fair." Yes, you are, because you live in my house. You got to have a plan.
Who said, yes, you are.
A plan, and it does not include living with me and my husband. Just not doing anything. You got to have a plan. You're going to college, you're going to the military, or you're going to get a job, but you will not be on my couch. That's unacceptable.
So let me ask you a question. Being that it's 2023 now,
Mhm.
and I will say back in our time, well, I say my time. I'm probably the oldest on here. Back in my time, college was the main option.
Mhm.
But now with social media, with internet and everything like that, how do you difference between college and trade schools? As far as a student wanting to not attend college, or is trade schools better now because you have so much information on and everything writes your paper now? It's different from when we went to
Oh,
school. You know what I
AI.
mean? You got the AIs that write your papers and stuff like that now. So it's different from when we went to college. How do you convince a student that college is still that main option as opposed to everything else they can do?
Co- College to me is an option. It's not. It's not necessarily the main option anymore. There, you can have you can get a really good job and not have done a day in a 4-year university. There are a lot of experiences available to our kids in reference to apprenticeships, different things like that. So it really just depends on one, what they want to do, and two, how they are wired. But the key is that as the adults, we need to implore to them that they can be successful with or without going to college, but we got to give them those roads, those paths that they can.
Yeah.
If we
Yes.
don't give them those paths, then we're just sending them out to the wolves.
Well,
But
I also want to piggyback on that, Kim, too, is when I work with a lot of our families, I feel like what I'm hearing now, and I think, many of us as adults lost a couple years maybe in the office for the pandemic, but you can't get back the fourth grade and you can't get back the sixth grade. And these kids really are, some of them missed a lot. And I think what I'm seeing with them is this kind of like, I don't know. And that's okay. You're not going to possibly know at 18 what you're going to do. But what I'm seeing is a lot of parents letting kids just live in that I don't know without having to.
And in my house,
You're right. Like that's what Kim's saying is like, you got to do something. Even if you go to school and you're like, man, this isn't for me. Fine. Boom.
fine.
Let's go to the
What's
next
plan B?
one. But a
actually, I
lot
have my oldest boy in the background. He's listening. In my house.
yeah, no, but like I think a lot of parents,
Yeah.
they're waiting for their kids to tell them what they want, and the kids don't know, and they're saying, I'll figure it out. And it's like,
You're
but
right.
maybe you won't. Maybe you got to dip your foot in a few things, figure out what it is that you can do. My household I grew up in, it wasn't a if, it was a where. And,
Right.
And
Right.
apply now. And let me see, So
Exactly.
regardless of what that is, I also think that we're dealing with a society and a culture of just kind of a I'll get to it. And I don't think, and if we're going to speak candidly, I don't think our the Black and brown culture, we don't have the luxuries. Our gap years aren't the same as gap years of our white counterparts. We don't have those, and it's not fair, but it's the truth.
It's the
We
truth.
don't have the luxury to wait and find out and just kind of, no, you got to try some stuff and try
That's
to
right.
figure it out sooner. So,
Mm-hmm.
And
Just
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just want to chime in too, my
Go
little
ahead.
2 cents.
go ahead.
But I don't think it's necessarily us promoting college over trade school. I think we have to find a good balance of promoting both, because school is not for everyone.
And that's
And also, and like I come from in South Carolina, where it was instilled. Our high school, we had a career center, and at the career center, those were the kids who wanted to be hairstylists, firefighters, policemen, want to do ambulance training, CNA school. So how I was brought up, it was okay, either you're going to college track, or when you get your high school diploma, you're also getting your certificate for barber, cosmetology, whatever it was, so that everyone had an option. And even me, like, people are like, well, would you go back to school? I got my degree, I had a good GPA, but you couldn't pay me to go back to school. Like, I don't want to go back.
And I feel you the same way. You can't,
I don't
because
wanna
my federal student loan age is skyrocketing, and they call me every day, and I'm waiting on Biden to
So
forgive
I,
me.
Well,
You know, so-
so
I just
sorry.
feel like in our community, we have to do a good job of promoting both, because like I said, I couldn't work out in the trade. I'm just learning how to do my own hair, let alone
Right.
trying to do someone else's hair. But I excelled in the classroom, and that's
Okay.
what got me here today. But I think it's just finding a balance of promoting both.
Now let me ask you this. I know time is ticking. Can we do a briefing and a rundown of the events for the individuals that some of them just really now hearing about it today? Somebody yesterday I was talking about it. They didn't even know. Now they're coming to the game. So
Hold on, before y'all even do that, and that was my question. How can we market better? I would say better to our communities. You know what I mean? How do you feel that we can market better to our communities for events like this? Because no one, it's funny because no one expected it, and a lot of people around. We're from the Akron area, so we live like 30 minutes down the street. So when we marketed it and they see our post, they was like, "Oh, when did this start happening? Or when did this come to Canton?" You know what I mean? Especially Canton. You know what I mean? How can we market this program better? Because this is something that a lot of our kids need to see. My whole thing for doing this is putting positive role models, positive Black images in front of these kids so they can see it's more to it than just the streets. It's more to it than just partying and whatever you may be. There's other options other than, like I said, we have college, but we also have trade schools. But we want to give them every option. And when you come to, if you want to give them a black college experience, one element they are missing is the party element. I don't care what black college you went to, the party element was there. You know what I mean? And that's the fun part of it. But at the same time, the education and the knowledge that you get from a black college that you wouldn't probably receive at a predominantly university. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The experience that you, what was the experience of y'all at a black college that brung y'all, you know what I mean? Just gave you that oomph.
And the marketing, like you said, with the marketing.
I think the marketing, we are, with having weekly meetings with our marketing team, I think it's us finding the right partner. We thought we thought we had the perfect one this year, and it did work well, but we still haven't tapped into this entire area.
Well,
Because eventually we want the Classic to be known to all HBCUs. Like, I have people in South Carolina who was like, I didn't even know there was a Black College Football Hall of Fame. And because so it's like this secret, and we need to not let it be a secret. So I think first, I think we need to go out to our local colleges. They aren't HBCUs, but a lot of times it's, you got to tell a friend to tell a friend. And sometimes we need to start with these younger kids who got all these social media platforms. So I think maybe next year we start seeing where we're going to the surrounding colleges and we're getting them involved as well. Like I said, I know they're not HBCUs, but you don't have to go to HBCU or be HBCU to understand the culture and how important the culture is to us as African Americans. So I think that's one way we can do it. And I think also just pushing more, finding different channels is it's the fellows like me and James. We need to do more interviews. We need to do more podcasts. We need to do more to get to different viewers, different listeners, different age groups. I think it starts with us hitting the pavement a little bit harder. And then once we do that, and then I feel like we can go to areas where we're going more down south, and we're going more in the Midwest. So everyone in the surrounding areas can understand that this is a class. Everyone knows the Bayou Classic. I don't care. Everyone has heard of the Bayou Classic.
Right.
And we want to get the Black class. We want to get the Black College Football Classic like that. And the Bayou Classic started with them hitting hard in that Louisiana area, and then it just spread from there on out. Right. And I think us partnering with stations like Westwood One this year, so now the game will be broadcasted on the radio, hitting much more channels than before. NFL Network is doing the game, so we're getting these teams national coverage as well as us getting national coverage. And also HBCU Go, which is a newer news stream. They stream HBCU football games, basketball games, tennis. They're doing a full segment here with us too, so that's another way that we are reaching it. These are, like, HBCU Go is smaller, but years from now it'll be a really big thing. So I feel like us partnering with them now, it'll help us in the long run. But I think first we need to hit the ground a little bit harder in our areas, and then we can spread on out of there.
Wow.
I also think to that as well as, enshrinement here in Canton it's huge. Pro football just a month ago. So people are just kind of like, oh my gosh, we just did the one thing a year. But the difference with enshrinement, if other than you just being a volunteer for Hall of Fame, it's really like the enshrinees are here and we're here to kind of see them and, be a part of events that they're having for them, which is fine and has its place. The Classic is, you can be a part of it. You can give, you can dip. So I think the promotion is, while Pro Football Enshrinement Weekend is more like they're coming to our city and we're celebrating them and, being a part of seeing them get that accolade. That's amazing. Classic is a family reunion.
Wow.
It doesn't matter if you're a local, if you're a football fan, it doesn't matter. You can be a part of it. So I think that's going to get more people, because honestly, our staff was very ignorant to HBCU life and Divine Nine life. And once they started being a part of this, that terminology it was just exposure. And I think people need to just get that and be involved a little bit more.
I think I like the part when I was in the meetings that, is bringing our chapters together. It's no division of chapters because you're here or you're there, you're in Cleveland, you're in Akron, or you're in Columbus. I think it was beautiful how in your language, when I was sitting there, you were like, no, we want you to reach out to every chapter in your fraternal order, your sororities, and bring them all together for this campaign to come and settle here, migrate down, and have a great time. I like that. That was amazing.
I was going to say, being from the surrounding area, I've been here majority of my life, but being from the surrounding area, one thing I know about Canton, Akron, and the surrounding cities, family events will play a big part. Family events where they can bring the whole family, because a lot of people, once you appeal to the children and the adults, you got to remember the younger children, and a lot of them not going to come if they don't have a babysitter or some type of, so that backs them up on that event. So some type of big family day where everybody can come out with, you know what I mean, and then attack them that way as a marketing strategy. Also, what was I about to say? I just lost the train of thought. But the family thing was the big thing for me, because I know a lot of people. The first thing they're gonna do is like, oh, I gotta find a babysitter.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I gotta find a babysitter. And if they can't find a babysitter, nobody's coming. You know what I mean? So that might be something you may want to incorporate in next year's events. Also, we are actually, my company is actually sponsored by the third largest liquor company, Beam Centauri. That's why you see the Makers Mark and the Transgeneration. So we can probably come up with some type of event in which we can have them also donate and incorporate and have a great time, because they come, when they put it out there, they put it out there and they have a good time. So we can figure out some things on that end as well. But I love everything that y'all doing with it, and like I said, it's just a matter of getting the word spread out into a larger area, to expanding the media and marketing of the event, because it's a great thing. I was so happy when I seen it, because coming from a black college, like okay, I would go to this before I went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame game. You know what I mean? Because I already know what the black college is about to do. You know what I mean? The HBCU. So just a couple things that was on my mind right there. In closing,
The rundown. What's up? What we got?
Rundown.
Let's
Rundown.
let's give them
Okay.
the roll
we
call.
want the
Let's run it
rundown,
down.
and we want you
Okay.
to also give us an experience that you. How I say this? It's kind of on the tip of my tongue. Give us idea of a good.
Experience.
One of your best times in doing this. You know what I mean? If I can put it that way.
So I guess as
One
you're
of your
going
favorite
along,
moments. One of your favorite
so
moments.
as you're going along the roll call of events, maybe highlight it in some of the experience.
Okay. So let's start off with tomorrow.
Mhm.
Tomorrow, we really kick it off. We kick it off, first of all, in the morning, we're going to be out in the schools, and we call this reading of the playbook. So we're going to be out in the schools. We have a book picked out. We're going to be out reading to kids, I believe, in the third grade and lower. And so that's from like 8:45 until probably like 10:45. So there's a group of us that are going to be doing that. And then at 9 o'clock, we're going to have the college fair, and that's going to be from 9 until 12. And then at 4 o'clock, we're going to have the HBCU job fair. So that's what we're bringing together. A lot of companies and businesses from all around Stark and Summit County coming together with jobs that are paying livable wages. So we are inviting folks out for that.
That's very important too.
Very important.
You also know the minimum wage that they make around here is not enough to afford
No,
any.
we're talking
So that's very important.
livable wages. So then
Good job.
good jobs. So then on Friday, we have the open mic night at the Hall of Fame. And so for those who are into spoken word, here's your time to come and show your talents. So that's going to be at the Hall of Fame. That's a free event. And then at 9 o'clock, we're going to have the red carpet affair with Rob Johnson and his friends. They're gonna provide the entertainment for that evening. And then Saturday, you talked about family and family reunion. Saturday is the day. Well, let me back that up. Saturday morning, we've got a golf outing that's going to be happening. And so if you're a golfer, You want to be at the golf outing.
And
But-
it's happening at the Clearview Golf Course, which is the only black owned, black built, black designed golf course in the country, and it's right here in Canton, Ohio. So that is very important, and we get to have the golf outing there. Like how more special can it get?
Absolutely.
Hey, Clearview done beat me up many a day. I done tried to play out there, and I done knocked that thing all the way to Tusk.
I'm about to say, you know, we only got one Tiger. No,
Absolutely. And we're gonna have Hall of Famers that are gonna be golfing as well.
no, I'm
And
just
so
playing.
then we're gonna have our service event with Habitat for Humanity, where we're gonna be building sheds and doing some painting and really making some things nice for those folks who are about to own those homes. And then we're gonna take it down to Centennial Plaza, where we're gonna have the family block party. So starting at 11 a.m.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Block party.
Food trucks, vendors, all kind of stuff for the kids. So you can bring your kids.
Right.
You can bring your lawn chair and put your lawn chair down for the Tamala Man concert. If you don't want to buy a ticket, you can sit your chair down. And then we're going to have the one thing I love about that is we get a preview of the HBCU bands. So Virginia Union's band is coming through and going to give us a little taste of what you're going to see during halftime and during the fifth quarter. So there's some other local attractions like the enrichment program. The drum line is going to play. We got a lot of talented singers, and then those singers are going to bring in Tamala Man. She is going to culminate the whole day. So that's a day where you can be down there. You don't have to cook. You can eat down there. You can chill, meet all your friends. I understand there's a lot of class reunions going on this weekend. So folks are like congregating. So that is really cool. And then at 9 o'clock, so you're going to leave Centennial Plaza at 8 o'clock, and you're going to go home, put on your white, and go down to the Cultural Center, and that's the all-white party.
Okay.
You don't want to miss the all-white party. Everybody and their mama going to be at the all-white party, okay? And so then that goes on until 2 a.m. But then at on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. back at Centennial Plaza, we're going to have the Cecilia Ponder interfaith service. And that's what we're bringing all faiths together to have a service for 1 hour. It's going to be really nice. Lots of good singing, and we're going to bring the word, and that's going to be that. Then we're going to go back to the campus of Hall of Fame, and we're going to have several things going on. First off, the Stark County Minority Business League is having a business reception. So if you are a minority-owned business, it would be in your interest to be there so you can network with other businesses, you know, and even if you're looking to get some contracts and things like that, that's where you need to be. We're going to have a tailgate party, party featuring Greek Road.
All right.
That's going to be real cool. I mean, because you're going to have folks grilling. And there's gonna be a DJ. So
we got DJ 1+2, and there's gonna be a host there as well. So
it's gonna be nice.
I already know. She already told me.
It's gonna be nice, and that's gonna
got my connections too.
Yeah. That's nice. Gonna lead up to the game, and during the game, like Kayla said, we're gonna have the yard. We're gonna do the Divine Nine roll call. So when we call your chapter, hey, it's gonna get down there and do your stroll, you know, cut your step, whatever you want to do. But that, you know, it's going to have a DJ at the game.
Yep. Yeah. DJ Wolf and Sam Silk is gonna be the host from the yard.
Yeah. So it's
that's gonna be
really.
Sam Silk is a Sigma.
Yeah.
It is not going to be an NFL game.
Nope. Not at all.
Not.
We already know it's gonna be a party.
Tickets are still available for the game. Tickets are $25. $25. You can go online to the Hall of Fame's website and get your ticket. Or if you are in the neighborhood of the Hall of Fame, you can go down there and get your ticket. But tickets are still available. Bring your kids, because this is going to be something awesome for them. Really bring your kids. They're going to have a blast.
Definitely. Well, I do want to say, man, we appreciate y'all, man, for always.
Thank you so much for coming on. I was nervous. I was nervous
Yeah,
all day.
Letting-
I'm trying to send the messages. I didn't know if I sent the messages right. I'm trying to get email, man. I was nervous. Did they get it?
His glasses
I'm like-
are fogging up and everything.
I'm so glad y'all made it. I'm so proud of y'all, though. And you guys are doing such a great job. We have a team that's coming out, and we're going to try to hit up almost every event in some form and fashion. But thank and God bless you for all you've done to get us to this down this road.
And as
Absolutely.
as our contribution, my team will also be in the building, broadcasting live and filming and doing a little live interviews with people like yourself and anybody that's of interest to do an interview with. So we'll be in the building as well. We do appreciate you for coming on our platform, blessing our platform. For the people who don't know anything about it, they're going to know now because we're going to share.
Awesome.
And we're gonna have a great weekend this weekend. So I look forward to seeing all of you there and meeting all of you in person.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Here.
I got a couple jobs in class reunions to DJ, but I will be there when you know what I mean. So I will definitely be there. Let people know where they can find you at. Starting from Kim.
Hey, I'm going to be everywhere. But if you want tickets to the red carpet affair, you can get those on Eventbrite. Again, your game tickets, you can get them on the website. White party tickets, you can get them on Eventbrite. The very few that are left of those. So you want to check that out. DJ Laylo, I invite you to come out to the red carpet. Just, tell the folks at the desk who you are, and they will have you come on in so you can do your thing. Same for you, Coach, and Courtney and Kayla. Come on in as my guests, and let's have a good time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Also want to give thanks to Coach Bentley for even putting this together for our team. You know what I mean? So I want to give him appreciation because I love anything that's black. You know what I mean? Let's start with Courtney. Where can they find you at?
Oh, yeah. So obviously I'll be leading the Habitat event on Saturday morning, but my plan is to jump around as much as I can. I've got family members going to just about everything. So we got a family group chat just saying where you're going to be when. So definitely really excited to meet you all. Well, I know most of you on the call here, but DJ Laylo, looking forward to meeting you. Coach, thank you so much for inviting us. I know this was fast, but anytime anybody has a platform that shares positivity and helps our community get connected, man, that's, you got to be a part of something like that. So thank you guys for thinking of us. And of course to Kim and Kayla, like they're killing the game. I'm just serve opportunity on Saturday. These guys, they running the whole show. So it is a pleasure to be among smart people and competent people and people who care about the community. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, so you can find me. I'll be at every single event. And also, if you need to email me, it's kayla.mcclam-stamplin@profootball.hof.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can find me there. You can email me and I'll be able to reach out to you. My phone is going to be by my side. They'll be glued to me until Sunday after the game.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But during the game, y'all would definitely be in the yard. And so you can just look up and I'll be there. And so you can meet me there. And also we are encouraging people to come up to the yard during the game. It is not a VIP area where you need to have special access to get to. This is an area where we want you to come, dance, have fun, and just enjoy yourself. So if you're at the game and you're tired of sitting in your regular seat, just come over to the yard and there'll be a seat for you there.
All right. Once again, I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. You don't know how much I do appreciate you for coming on the platform. Once again, this is Spotlight Wednesday, where we will replace the spotlight on influential people within their communities and give some shine to them for a change. So once again, like I said, appreciate it. Until next time, I will see y'all this weekend. And we're going to have some fun this weekend. Definitely.
Bye.
Bye.
See y'all later.